Tuning into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I'm so glad we're back. It's been a couple weeks, but we're back in action. We have a couple more episodes left. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV's New Girl, episode 21, titled Panty Gate. It was a very lovely episode, lovey-dovey. I loved it. It was too. Really cute. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And you can keep the conversation going with us on Twitter at #ABTVNewGirl. I'm your host, Kellie Knezovich, and I'm here with my lovely three co-hosts.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle Fee. You can follow me on Twitter at _Michelle Fee.
Hey guys, I'm Carli Garsow, and you can follow me on Twitter at Carli_Garsow.
And I'm Britta Garsow, and you can follow me on Twitter at Britta_Garsow.
All right. Well, I'm very excited about this because I feel like we got a lot of loose ends tied up.
We really did.
Kind of sad news having to do with Coach, but I think
I feel like so many of our predictions came true.
Yep. Mine was almost there. Nick and Jess were almost there. But it's not going to happen, guys. It's not.
It's not.
So, what are your overall thoughts on how the episode went?
I thought it was really cute. It wasn't like as funny as all the other ones, but it was more like heartwarming.
Yes.
So
Which I felt like we needed.
I think it was my favorite episode this season. I loved it. It was so heartwarming. And
I loved it too.
Like, I think back to like my favorite episodes. Well, not all my favorite episodes are heartwarming, but a lot of them are. Like, when you see the relationship the characters have, because I feel like that's what the show is about, is like their relationship with each other.
Yeah.
And her bump made an appearance, so.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Carly, was it you that pointed it out?
Yeah, the first time. The second time it was more obvious.
And she always wears those dresses too. But I think I mean, you were noticing it, and then after you pointed it out, we're like, okay, keep an eye on the bump. But her bump is pretty prevalent. I'm liking it. I'm digging it.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I love the episode. I agree. I think it was one of my favorites just because the whole show started with like their group dynamic, and so it's kind of like we went back to that, and we really saw like their individual personalities and how good of friends they actually are, and they care so much about each other.
They do. And I love how Jess was so kind of like the mom in this episode too. Not in a bad way, not like overprotective or anything like that. She was just so I don't know, the love doctor. I just love that. I love that she was so pro team love, and it was great.
And it was so cute how she's like if I can't help myself, I want to help all of you guys.
Yeah.
That was
really
so
sweet
cute.
And I feel like she is kind of the love doctor and so perfect in that role just because she always inserts herself into everyone else's relationships and business. So if you're like that, like, you must pick some things up. And she probably does have really good advice on relationships.
Yeah. Before we start talking about the main couples of tonight's episode, what are your guys' thoughts on Cece?
I mean, I'm proud of her. We've been saying how we wanted her to do something.
Yeah.
But we didn't say we wanted her to do something off camera. Like, we want to, like, see it. So, I mean, good for her for wanting to go and, like, do her own thing. And,
but, I mean, I don't think do you guys think she's going to go now that Schmidt and Fawn broke up?
Well, she doesn't know yet. So we don't know until next week.
But I don't think she's going to go.
I kind of felt like she was very sad this episode. Like, you could tell she was trying to be happy and trying to be happy for Schmidt and just trying to be happy in general and be like, I'm going to go do this, climb Mount Shasta for myself. But you could tell she was like, I am so heartbroken.
Exactly.
Because the love of her life is with someone else.
I know. And you shouldn't really do such a drastic thing just because you're sad. I feel like you should climb a mountain when you're really happy, you know?
Yeah,
and like
I
just
agree.
when you have that energy to like pull through. I feel like if she were to go if she were to go sad, she's not going to enjoy herself. It's going to be more of a struggle.
But at least she didn't take, I feel like, the typical girl breakup routine where it's like, all right, guys, I'm shaving my head. At least it was more like, it was positive and uplifting. It was attempting to be so.
Yeah. But also, if she doesn't see him for 3 weeks, she's going to get back and have the same feelings, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know, because I feel like if she's going on this hike up a mountain by herself, she's going to obviously like think a lot. So I feel like she'll probably like find inner peace about the relationship. So she could come back like feeling like, oh, you know, it's over, but I'm happy for you, and you know, we'll just be friends.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to happen.
Well, I hope she comes back happy though. I feel like she's so stuck on Schmidt, and
It's really sad.
it is. But I mean, now, but we have. Do we have one episode left?
One
that-
episode.
Yeah.
One episode.
So, I mean,
One episode left.
it better
episode
be a
left.
very good season finale.
Okay, maybe he's gonna like run to her, and we'll get into predictions later.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just jumping ahead. I'm so excited about this whole thing. So it was the beginning of the episode where we see Coach and May sitting at the table, and they're all kind of in the background, like trying to judge it, trying to see what's going on, and turns out they break up. And I immediately resorted back to, I think it was the second season or third, when Coach comes back and he's like, oh yeah, I just like got a breakup, or I just broke up with my whatever, and then they went out to a strip club and like Winston bought all those like bunny dollars or whatever that only had to be used there. But I mean, I was like, oh shoot, you know, something terrible's gonna happen. It wasn't gonna be a positive thing, but I think that's kind of Coach's way, is to just go out and be sad and drink his worries away. What was that thing? I feel like we all kind of wrote it down.
It was treat an outside wound with rubbing alcohol, treat an inside wound with drinking alcohol.
That is the worst idea, though.
I know, it's so funny though.
Yeah.
Like,
It is, but it makes so much sense,
It
you
does.
guys.
It makes sense before, but then while you're there, you're just like, I'm a hot emotional
Right.
mess. Why did I do this?
Yeah, but like him sitting at home wouldn't have done him any good either, though. He would have just been really upset.
Well, I mean, he was at the school teaching health.
Yeah.
Teaching how babies are made. And
The analogy with the sperm and the
sperm.
egg.
I just felt so bad for him. He had to run out of class. And Jess was like, well, this is not a good day
I think
to
Jess
observe.
should have intervened, like, during that whole
Hey, let's,
Yeah.
I think she did.
She didn't.
No,
She was
she
just kinda
just
sitting
waited
there.
until he left the room.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she was
that's
like,
true.
okay. Yeah.
So sad.
I know.
So awkward. But that's when she stepped in and became the love doctor.
And I'm just so happy for Coach. I just love his character, and I just think he deserves someone like May out of all them. I think he learned how to be a really good boyfriend
Yeah.
over the
We
seasons.
haven't really seen much of them together as a couple, though. But I feel for some reason, and I don't know why, and this is so stupid for me to say this, but I just feel like, I feel like they are a good couple. And I don't really have any proof or anything to back it
I
up.
think it's because they have such great chemistry.
They
on
do.
screen
They do.
That
Really
we
do.
don't really need to have that
We don't need to see-
confirmation.
yeah.
Like we don't need to see it. We're just
Nailed
like,
it. Yeah.
they're awesome. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a great couple.
They are.
Yeah,
I
because
love
you
them.
think about it, Ryan and Jess got a lot of screen time. Like,
They did.
They were always.
Yeah.
And they didn't have as much
Focused
chemistry.
on-
No.
He was just really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's British, so obviously we're all like, yup. So let's see. Was it, he decided to go out and drink, and he said, hey, May's going to come over, and she's going to pick up her, I mean, the way to describe that, what is it, the cello
It was like
holder or whatever.
She said the end pin, what's the
It started with
second
an
word?
A.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it on the, I remember seeing the caption, like, it was like end pin
but it was
A something.
End pin something.
Okay.
Well, still, I felt really bad because I wanted Coach to be there when she came over. But I
Yeah.
completely understand why he was like, nope, I'm peacing out. Let me go drink my worries away.
Yeah.
So May comes over, and Jess was spot on with this whole thing. And when she was like, 2, 1, I was like, it's not going to happen.
I
And
know, I
all
didn't
of a
think it was
sudden
gonna happen
knocking.
either.
I was like,
know.
oh my gosh.
But I mean, that is
first-
true. Like,
sorry.
there are so many times where people go through a breakup and they act like they're okay, and you're like, you know they're crushed. And
Well, especially
Yeah.
since Jess is more Coach's friend. So, I mean, for me, I would never confide in one of my ex's good friends
Yeah.
about my ex.
Right.
Yeah, if we were like equally, you know, we had the same friends or whatever, then maybe. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, wait, let me spill my heart out to you because
But
you're
it also
best friends
was
with my ex.
a little different just because they had no problems. It was just that she was moving, and the only thing she was upset about was that she wanted him to come but didn't know how to ask because they had only
Right.
been dating for a little bit. So in that
true.
sense, I feel like it's like appropriate for her to even talk to Jess, someone she doesn't know, just because she can understand that, you know?
Yeah.
Before tonight, had they said I love you?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I felt like that moment
It was
wasn't-
rushed.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't super grand. Like I wanted him to be like, I love you, and her be like, or something. And it was just
Yeah.
like, because I love you. Okay, well move to New York with me. I'm like, oh wait, we just like kind of rolled over that.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
okay. So, I mean, at least they're going to be happy. Now we know how Coach is leaving.
No, which we thought he would move away from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we predicted that.
Exactly.
We did a good job.
We did.
I didn't expect a breakup though, and then I mean, I guess the breakup because she's moving and long distance.
Isn't it sad though that the only reason they broke up is because like they weren't together for that long, so they didn't think of like staying together or even him moving.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it sad that society tells us that? Like just because you were only together for a couple months that it can't be
real.
serious and real.
But when you know, you know.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I think they're the example of that.
Yeah.
Like they just move so fast because they just know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to see like a storyline. I want to see their storyline. It's not going to happen. But wouldn't that be great?
Spin-off show.
I
Coach's
would love
Corner.
it.
Coach's
Or like
Corner.
Coach in the New City.
I don't know.
What'd you say?
Like Coach in the City.
Coach in the City.
Yeah.
Keeping up with no.
No.
No, that's
You're like, no, not keeping up with
nope.
Coach.
Keeping up with Coach. I'm good without that one.
You could really play with their names though, because her name's May. This could get fun.
And his real name's Ernie.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that though.
All I think about is May the 4th be with you. Like may the coat. All right. Nope. Moving on. So okay, let's talk about Vomit.
Oh, they make me wanna vomit.
But realistically, great name. That is a fantastic name.
It is.
Who came up with that? Like,
I know. Props to you. I
Yeah.
am impressed. Very impressed. I did not like, I mean, none of us like Fawn. So like me saying I did not like the way Fawn acted is just so redundant.
Yeah.
But question for you guys. Did you, when they're in the store shopping for underwear and she's like, okay, so, in a couple weeks or whatever, we're going to get married. And he's like, married? What's going on? Did any of you guys think of the movie The Proposal?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
I not
but
until you said it, but that is like a.
That's exactly what it reminded me of, where it's like she calls all the shots because she's this like top.
But in that movie, she paid him, so it's like a little different.
I don't think she
No,
paid him.
she,
She
like,
threatened to
offered him-
deport him, didn't she?
Well, because she
Or no,
needed
she was
to
getting
She was
deported.
getting deported,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't he her assistant? So
Yeah.
she paid his.
No, she was going to promote him?
Yeah, she was going to offer him a book deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
because he was writing too.
That's right.
Yeah.
But still, I hated how she was like, okay, read this, getting back to New Girl, read this, and he starts to reading it, and he's just like, it turns me on when she doesn't have any underwear
It made
on.
me so mad.
Yeah.
And me too.
Who would do that? Who would do that? Even if you care about the
her.
person a little bit. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
would.
Even to a stranger.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
God.
have
I just feel like
reputation too.
She threw him under the bus so hard. It was disgusting.
I'm shocked he hung in there after that speech.
Yeah.
Me too.
I was like a little disappointed that she made him do that just because last week I felt like, or not last week, I mean the last time we watched the show together,
Yeah.
I felt like she kind of like had a change in character, like a change in heart.
I kind of did too.
Like
they made progress for sure.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I thought too. And then she kind of went back to how she usually was, and
And you can tell too that it was very forced. Their
terrible version,
relationship and their
Yeah.
feelings were very forced. And
Yeah.
I love all the Beyonce references.
I know.
He's like, I'm crazy in love.
love.
And she's like, do not bring Beyonce into this. And he's like, I just feel like I'm drunk in love.
like,
Again with the Beyonce
no.
lyrics. No.
That was great. I just feel like it definitely took something large like this for Schmidt to like snap out of it and realize the type of relationship he was in. But I thought that the letter thing would be enough. Like I thought after that he would be like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, when he was
Like,
reading it, like he kept going. But you could tell he was so upset.
I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna finish it and then be like, I can't believe you would do this to me, and I'm like out of this relationship. But then to like continue being with her after that was crazy to me.
same.
Well, at least that's over and done
Yeah.
with.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Seriously, best breakup in TV show history.
I know.
Right.
And I actually really love that he was the one that did it.
I know.
Because I for sure thought
took
she was
control.
gonna. Because didn't we say in a couple weeks ago we said that Fawn's gonna break up with him, he's gonna be sad and go back to Cece.
But we said
No, we had
wanted
both. I think we
Yeah.
had both sides.
Okay.
We said we wanted him to break up with her and then go
And
to
then-
Cece, so we knew he was really over.
But at least it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna break up with you because I love Cece. Like he was like, you
Yeah.
know what, you're not good for me.
Yeah.
I'm done with you. And then now he's gonna go back to Cece. But
I know.
I love that it wasn't, about someone else.
Exactly, which is like healthier.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's all grown up.
I know. Still a child at heart though.
I know. You're right.
He's wonderful. And then, guys, let's talk about my favorite moment when it was Who Are You Gonna Grow Old With? And Nick and Jess. Guys, they had a moment. They had a moment.
It was kind of like to tease like Nick and Jess fans, but it wasn't like a real moment.
I just don't picture them ever getting back together.
Me either.
I mean, I don't know. Sorry.
But what he said was so cute. Like how he was so uplifting to Coach when like because like if Nick would have said like, yeah, we need you, you can't leave, like he would have stayed and not even asked May to go. But like just that they were such good friends and we're like, yeah, you should do this, and like Nick like put it in his mind.
And like so that's what he needed. Like he needed someone to explain that to him. Like, do you see her with you forever? And then he realized like, oh, I do, and I do need to do this, move to New York. And so Nick was such a good friend in this episode.
He was.
Nick's growing up too. I feel like before Jess, before season 1 or whatever, especially with Caroline.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to talk about his feelings. He wasn't able to open up and communicate. And
He does the moonwalk when things get
exactly. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. So good. Yeah, he was really he was very like brotherly, and he was a good guy this episode. Not that he's a bad guy every other episode. I'm just he's
he was a mature grown up.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then they said, I feel like I'm gonna be with Winston in the end.
I know. And he's gonna be eating bird
Birdseeds out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wouldn't mind being with Winston forever.
I know.
Well, I mean, you have to be with Ferguson forever then too.
Yeah, now they're fighting. They might break up.
They might break up, or Ferguson might be completely out of the picture because we have no idea where this cat is.
Where does he live?
In this whole season, we have yet to see him. Maybe it's gonna be a season finale thing.
There you go.
Who knows? They're saving him for the last second.
This is really stressful. Oh gosh. Then the last scene, we wind up with the OG5 just sitting on the couch, eating pizza, fighting, bickering.
They make it look like so fun to live together and in that laugh.
I would kill to live there.
I know.
I feel like it would be such a party every night. Not in terms of like drinking or
it
would just be like,
laughing.
guys, let's watch a movie or let's play True American. Just randomly. I feel like it'd be so fun.
I know.
So good. It was a good way to wind up the episode.
It was.
Yeah.
So
really
cute.
sweet.
And the classical music playing in the background.
yeah.
It was just
It was perfect.
I loved it.
It really was.
Very sweet. All right, let's jump right into predictions.
We have so many.
And
I
now,
know.
your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
All right, Miss Britta.
Okay.
Do you want to take it away?
Yes. So, so obviously, like, Coach and May are moving. So I hope next week we have some sort of going away party for them, because I don't think they would leave without a party because it's them.
Yeah.
And so it would be fun if, like, they had a party at the loft and played True American again and had, like everyone there, like, not just Ferguson. I mean, I hope he comes back. But, like, Casey, like, I want to see Casey and Winston together again. Mm-hmm. And Cece. And, like, I feel like they can't just have Cece leave without knowing about Schmidt and Fawn. So I think next episode we're going to see her find out that they broke up, and hopefully maybe they won't get back together officially, but, like, there's going to be some sort of connection. That's what I think.
I think, like, this would be, like, crazy, but if, like, Schmidt and Cece just, like, eloped and, like, got married, like, that would be such a good finale, because, like, I feel like he knows he's ready, and that's why he was so okay with saying that, like, he doesn't want, like, a marriage like that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I really hope Cece's the one that says, like, to him, like, that she, like, loves him, and, like, you see, like, strong Cece come out and, like, tell him how she feels. Like, I really hope that happens, and if they got, like, married, like, spare of the moment, I mean,
that would
be
great.
Yeah. It would.
That's my crazy prediction.
Well, that was mine too. I wrote that they would get married, but then I wrote
Really?
question marks. Yeah. I said maybe, but I mean, that would be great if it happened.
I mean, in reality, someone has to get married. Aren't they in, like, their mid-30s?
Like, this series premiere was a wedding, right? Or this season?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, because it was the last, like, it was the 11th wedding of the summer or something, right?
That's right. You're
then,
right.
And then the second...
So it's like everyone
The
they know
second
is
season
married.
finale was a wedding. It was Cece's wedding,
It was
right?
It was Elaine's big day.
Yeah.
Featuring Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like a wedding might be happening.
By one of the 5. Or two of the 5.
Yeah.
No.
They're like...
Well, Cece...
Wait,
Wait, I guess she's not one of...
No, she's not.
Yeah, one of the 5.
Yeah, I don't even know how old they are.
But they're in their 30s, right?
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't
think
I feel
all
like
in their
people get
30s.
married as early as their mid-20s, even their early 20s. So
Yeah.
well, I mean, we know they're not in their mid-20s.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they're at the age where everyone's getting married because they did go to those 11 weddings.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know if they're gonna elope. I feel like that's too extreme. Like if this was episode 19 or something, I feel like they have a couple episodes to build up their relationship back up.
Okay,
but I
that's true.
don't think that Cece's gonna go. I feel like Cece next episode will be like, Schmidt, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm head over heels in love for you or whatever, and now I'm going to hike Mount Shasta. And he'll be like, time out, no. You know, I broke up with Vaughn and I want to be with you, whatever. I feel like that could happen instead of a
I think
wedding.
that's really realistic.
What if they go to Mount Shasta together?
Together.
And that would be like the cliffhanger for all of us.
Literal cliffhanger.
Literally. Literally a cliffhanger. Like, we're not going to know what's going to happen until
We
we
can't
come back.
have Coach go and them go to.
That's
I mean, at
what
least
I
they'll
was
be
thinking.
back,
I
though.
thought that. I was thinking that, but then I'm like, I don't think that he would go with her because that's the same thing that's happening with like May and Coach.
True.
But at least we know that Coach will not be back next season.
Yeah.
But
And
I
the
mean,
rest
Cece
will.
and Schmidt will probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do go on that vacay together, they'll probably be like, "Oh my gosh, best time ever! We did this, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I know it's gonna be good.
It's going to be a good
All
one.
right. Any other thoughts, guys?
I don't think so.
It's a good episode. It was a
It
great
was.
episode.
Excellent.
And we have next week. Is
It was the penultimate episode.
Yes.
Penultimate means second to last.
Thank you,
And it's
because I
such
had no idea what that meant.
Such a fun word, guys.
One more time.
Penultimate.
Penultimate?
Penultimate.
All right, guys. Well, you just tuned into the penultimate episode. I don't even think that's like how you would say it in a sentence, but I'm going for it anyway.
No, that's right.
Okay, well, oh, you learn something new every day. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in to our after show for New Girl, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week for the season finale.
Yeah.
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kellie Knez.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _MichelleFeet.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Carli_Garsow.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Britta_Garsow.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.